Well, no big surprise that Ron Paul's dropping out of the race to me. Actually, I was pretty critical of this guy, even though I agree with all his principles. And I said I'd vote for him, but I didn't trust the whole deal. I'll probably vote for him, or I won't vote at all. That's the way it's going to go. I'm not voting for Mitt Romney or Obama. Now, yeah, I heard the story about Rand Paul endorsing Mitt Romney. Gee, really, big surprise, you know. You're not going to have Ron Paul do that. Take the heat someplace else, right? Well, I'm going to tell you this, being that if you Ron Paul, he does have brains. If you really want to screw him up, you're a real fighter. Now, figure this. He says he's going to get rid of the industrial military complex. He's going to get all the troops home. He's going to stop the Federal Reserve. Well, this is how he can win the election. No deal. Hey, Republicans, I'm going to run on my own ticket, and guess what? Either you cooperate with me and you back me, or you lose. So the point is, if he can't even do that, everything else he says is BS. That's exactly what I was saying from day one. He's basically a focal point for people that are disgruntled. People, and you know, I hear like, I'm thankful for the links. I was looking at Pastor Dow a little bit. But yeah, it's the same old BS. Blah, blah, blah. You know, there really is only one solution. And I can't say what that is, but there is one. People don't have the balls to do it because they don't even have the balls to go against Iran. Because they're thinking they're a bunch of peaceful, loving people. No way. And I just want to point out something else. This whole thing was a scam from day one. When the elite want a third party, they have a third party. This guy, he's all part of it. They're all part of it. That's what I'm trying to say, and I've been saying that from day one. I don't like saying it too much because people get totally pissed off. And, you know, the only thing that really pushed me over on Ron Paul, where I had his vote, was as a doctor, he's for medicinal marijuana oil, and I figured that took some balls to do that. So, fine. But in my case, I'm voting for this guy, or I'm not voting for anybody, period. So, as of, you know, my strategy is the Republicans are going to lose anyway. And the hell with them, because they didn't take the right candidate. I'm not voting for Mitt Romney, period. The guy's a piece of shit from day one. I hate his guts. That's the way it goes. And I hate Obama, too. I know he's just nothing but a person that's out there that just does what he's told, and everything he says on a campaign trail, he'll flip 180 degrees on. Just a different flavor, different face. That's just another, but it's the same type of people running the show from behind the scenes. But you know, what I would say to do, just vote for Ron Paul anyway. The hell with it. Let the Republicans lose. Screw them. That's just, and you know, like I said, if Ron Paul was a real contender, because he's not. He's not. He's a wimp. Okay? He is a wimp. The reason I'm saying this, it's all talk about the Federal Reserve. It's all talk about pulling the troops home. He's got, for him to win the election would be 1,000 times easier than to knock out the Federal Reserve. That's the reality behind it. 1,000 times easier. If he was a tough businessman right now, he'd be saying, I'm running on a third party. Either you deal the way I'm doing things, and you change things, or I'm on that ticket as a vice president or something like that, or whatever, or forget about it. Forget about it. You guys are losing. I'll be running on a third party. Now, one guy that I used to be afraid of a long time ago, 100 years ago, was Taft. Taft, because he kept promising to veto the Federal Reserve Act. And who did they put up on a third party to split the vote with Taft? Teddy Roosevelt on the Bull Moose Party. That's why Taft lost the election and Woodrow Wilson won. And they had their hip pocket guy to pass the IRS bull crap, you know, the income tax and the Federal Reserve Act, right? And a lot of other things that got people into World War I. The problem is people don't have the balls to stop it. And if people do have the balls to stop it, the vast majority go, Oh no, don't do that. Oh. Well, look at it. It's going to play out one way or the other. People got no brains whatsoever. I say this whole thing was a big setup show from day one. I don't care how long Ron Paul voted one way and all this kind of crap. He's on the inside with all the bullshit. He's on the inside. He just acts as a focal point for an alternative that actually wakes up to what's going on. But he's not real, and he's got no balls. So he's not going to stop nothing. Probably what's going to come down to it someday, it might be the military that's going to do it. That's the actual third party that you're going to find out that's going to be the problem. But you don't want that to happen because they could turn out to be twice as bad as what's in there right now. But I say this whole thing was a scam from day one. And it's cute how Rand Paul comes out and makes this announcement and stuff like that, whereas it keeps Ron Paul off the heat and everybody's saying, oh, that's his son. No, the whole thing's a scam. It's a scam from day one, and I'm sure of it. Most people disagree with me because I never really, something didn't smell right with Ron Paul either from day one. It's almost like Santa Claus. You know, if you want to believe in something, you'll believe it. But the thing is, obviously, he couldn't have done any of the things he would be able, as he says he would have done as president, if he can't even play a game right now and say, I'm running on a third party and screw you people. So obviously, this guy couldn't accomplish not one damn thing he said he would have done anyway, because he's got no balls.